Thank you very much for the invitation. So I'll be giving you a snapshot of Plano, which is a health tech company based here in Singapore. So in a nutshell, we're trying to solve two major problems. The first is the global crisis of myopia, and the second is the global issue of the underutilization of eye care. How do we intend to do that? Well, our ecosystem has three pillars, and I'll go into detail a bit later on, but of course, using the models of education and awareness to fill this education knowledge gap. The second is tech solutions that I'll discuss in the next couple of slides, and of course, big data and AI with a focus on Internet of Things. The ambitious or audacious vision is to keep our eyes healthy in this digitalized world, which is of particular concern considering the uptake and the engagement on our digital devices, whether they're phones or tablets, and nowadays, as I'm speaking through my screen here, laptops, computers, and so forth. Acknowledgement to our partners, of course, our most recent alliance with Santen, our industry partners, government, as well as academia, research, with special mention to the Singapore National Eye Centre. If you'd like to learn more about the background, the origin story, the brand story, there are several feature stories in some of the mainstream media, including the BBC. So, of course, I won't go into too much detail here, but we know that myopia is a global epidemic. It currently affects 1 in 3 people. It's projected to affect half the world's population by 2050. So we need to intervene early now, particularly as the risk factors of myopia are becoming more prominent with excessive knee work and the more recent phenomenon of extended time on screens, particularly small screens. So, of course, it's a costly eye condition, particularly during its course, as well as those that sort of go into the end stages require more clinical focus. It's a growing problem, and it's not just an Asian disease. That myth was busted years ago. So we're seeing doubling of the prevalence in European and other Western populations. In Europe itself, there are some figures indicating that 1 in 2 adults are myopic in Europe. So here I'll go into a bit more detail, but as I said, we've got education and awareness, technological solutions, and big data. So what are we trying to do? We're trying to educate the public about eyes and some of the eye conditions and their solutions, push them into eye care, try to mitigate some of these myopia risk factors, and of course use AI for predictive modeling. So here we use tailored content through different channels to communicate through digital marketing, social media, EDMs, in person, online, offline, and so forth. So we've been able to engage millions of people and produce content suitable for different audiences, from children with our best-selling books, the Plano Adventure series that are distributed here nationwide, as well as China, and of course available on Amazon as well. And of course the school engagements with over almost 150 talks given, reaching 110,000 children. So we're very much about having a sustainable education model, because this knowledge gap is a serious one, particularly for the eyes, that seems to fall short when compared with the heart, kidney, infectious diseases, and so forth. The Plano application is trusted with more than 500,000 families in the countries that we're available in. And this is an application that works in the background of phones and tablets to try to mitigate myopia risk factors, with a focus on having regular eye breaks, time management, face to screen, posture, incentivizing outdoor activity, as well as getting people into eye care itself through the application. The Plano shop is an inbuilt e-commerce element to the Plano application, and we've got hundreds of partners here in Singapore that offer device free. So the incentive there is to get people outdoors. Obviously, outdoor activity is protected from myopia. So this is a way of empowering and not policing. Through positive reinforcement, we've got a reward system and a point system through the app, which brings kids to the shop, and with the parents' consent, they can go out with family gatherings and so forth and enjoy the beautiful device-free activities offered by our partners here in Singapore. The Plano Eye Check is novel, is unique, and is a web platform that can also be accessed on your phone to make appointments in a convenient, impactful, and effective way with optometrists and eye care practitioners across the entire island of Singapore. And you can make these appointments within 2 minutes. We've set the beta version this year, and we've been able to get about 2,000 bookings of 80% attendance. So this is a really novel way of using technology to facilitate and push people into eye care, and this is particularly an issue because we know underutilization is a problem as well as undiagnosed cases. So this Plano Eye Check accommodates for children and adults and families alike. The ecosystem here, of course, the research, so we contract research as well. So we actually conduct research for external stakeholders, from market research to traditional research to outputs through white papers and so forth. Again, I encourage you to visit our website. That's got a wealth of information. The time machine is an interactive one, which gives you an estimate of the amount of time you spend on your screens over a lifetime. Please go enjoy that. It's for free. Predict My Child's Vision is currently under IP protection. It's the largest cohort in the world with the most sophisticated and accurate predictive modeling for the development, progression, stabilization, and risk of high myopia. So we're incredibly excited about this, and we've been chipping away at it for a couple of years. So we've got millions, tens of millions of data points here, and this is currently under IP application. And the Plano Advisor is one algorithm, an interactive tool that you could use on our website to encourage regular and timely eye examinations. So here we're in several countries, over 10, with some of the new ones with our major move and expansion to China that I'll fill you in with shortly. We've got over 2 million downloads with the application itself. Global content and social media, there's way over 500,000 followers. Our website that we've just more recently repurposed to make it the world leading platform for eye health information for the lay audience, as well as providing solutions for all eye conditions, not just myopia. And so we've only done this in the last few months, and the traffic is nearing 500,000 per month. So we're absolutely ecstatic about that, particularly that we're able to educate the public. And so we will be assessing the impact of education as an intervention, because we know there's emerging evidence to support education as an intervention for positive health outcomes. So again, here, this slide is to basically demonstrate that we've taken quite a measured approach to protect our IP through our application, our app that's available, and we've got the patents in Singapore, Japan, awaiting another 8. They've progressed quite well. We're also protecting the Predict My Child's Vision, so those predictive models. We've got trademarks across the world, and we're also GDPR approved, and we will be getting the representative for the UK after the more recent separation from the EU. So this slide is to basically tell you you're better off working with us than trying to copy us. And over here with our future directions, we're taking the entire ecosystem to China. This is we've done our homework for the last 18 months. Of course, COVID threw a spanner in the works, but that didn't stop us. It just delayed things a little. But I can tell you officially now, we have our offices there. We've got our China lead there. We're currently recruiting talent there. We're bringing our entire ecosystem there, and we are operating and we'll have the full ecosystem by early next year. And so I look forward to spending a significant amount of my time over in China as well. The Internet of Things, hats off to our new partner, Huawei. And so we're actually already available. You see that there's a real looking watch there, which is the new Huawei watch. And so you can access and download Plano for parents to use. It's an extension of that of what they'll see on their phone, but it's basically Plano on the run. We're currently integrating on the TV. Next year will bring us to the frames and the laptop. So we're very excited about this partnership. So it really brings the functionality of Plano, the domain expertise of Plano, the artificial intelligence, predictive modeling of Plano into an already established ecosystem with the 1/8N at Huawei. So we're quite excited about that. Again, the Plano team is thrilled and honored to have been invited. We wish we were there in person, and God willing, soon we will be able to travel freely across Europe. But in the meantime, thank you very much. I'll have to greet you through the screen, and thanks for your time.